6 things that narcissists do when they're confronted. Number 1 is deny, deny, deny. It's a good thing to remember that the core of the narcissistic personality disorder is a core of no. It's a core of denial. It was developed in an environment where the child was so traumatized that they couldn't accept what was happening to them. And as a survival strategy, they learned to push reality, push facts, push data away and exchange it for their delusional fantasy version of themselves and of reality. So the first thing that will always be done is deny. The second thing that will happen when you confront a narcissist, the second stage, will be to attack. Why would they attack? Well, if you look at the CPTSD model, as outlined by Pete Walker, of what narcissistic personality disorder is, this is a fight, aggression, fawn, submission response. Where's the submission? The submission is in the fact that they're charming, they can be giving, they actually can be quite codependent and can seem to be people pleasers, but then they switch, then they become aggressive and they attack. Why do they attack? Because they've learned from a very, very early age that attack is the best form of offense. So when they're presented with the facts of what they have done, that absolutely is seen through their perceptual filters as, I'm being attacked. It's not just that people are stating that water is wet and the sky is blue. No. I did not yet decree that water is wet and the sky is blue, so therefore this is an attack. An attack, because of the fragility of the narcissist's boundaries and the scarcity, the paucity of their boundaries, they see it not just as an attack on their false self, but as an attack on them in their essence as a human being. And because they're attacked in this way and they're very fragile, this is called a narcissistic injury. And the response that they will give to that is a counterattack, far more disproportionate, far more aggressive than the original attack, which wasn't an attack at all, that they received. And this is called narcissistic rage. Number 3, the third thing they're going to do is they're going to start switching reality around and then representing it to you. This is also called reverse victim and offender. So if they were guilty of having done a thing, they will represent the situation. They'll do some mental gymnastics. They'll do some internal evil alchemical magic, and they'll present up as down, left as right, and right as wrong. They invert everything. They invert values. They invert reality. They invert perception. So if it was them that did the thing to you, it will be fed back to you as though you had done the thing that they had done to them. So even though you are the victim and they are the offender, you will be segued into strange, bewildering conversations in which you end up apologizing for having attacked them, for having exploited them, for having used them in some way, because such is the skill of the mental jiu-jitsu that they're using, that they'll make you feel like this is something that you've done to them. The other reason why this can work is because it's so traumatic and so confusing talking with somebody who really does have malignant narcissistic personality disorder, that it generates trauma. And one of the effects of that trauma is that we start to dissociate. So you will forget the sequence of events. You will forget who was in what role. You will forget what the context and the objectives of that scenario was. They'll turn it upside down, they'll present it back to you. Suddenly you'll be feeling all of this guilt and shame, and you'll feel a strong conscientious urge to apologize, to be a peacekeeper and to make it better. And what they've just done is they've just reversed victim and offender.